All right, you guys. Hey, welcome to our 24 hours to Emerald call. I'm really excited to actually talk about this because I think we overcomplicate everything, right? And so I wanted to dumb it down, whether you're a brand new coach, whether you're a coach that is resurfacing and wants to revamp your business and re-engage, whatever it is, we can get you to Emerald. And it's going to be up to you how quickly that happens. So I'm going to give you the information so you could be successful with it. I'm going to show you my screen. I had a fancy PowerPoint for you, but how it was designed, I needed to make sure that you guys got the pretty font. So here you go. You get it on a on a PDF. So still gets the same content delivered. Anyways, so let's talk about this. What is an emerald? Okay. Are you guys still seeing? Can you give me a thumbs up that you're still seeing the slide that says what is emerald? You're not seeing my notes. You're not seeing my cheat sheet. Perfect. Okay, thank you. Let's talk about what is emerald, okay? Super basic. You have one active coach on your left and one active coach on your right. And you are active as well. And what does active mean? You have 50 product volume points or above. Most of us, that means we're on Shakeology Home Direct or the performance line on Home Direct. And we'll talk more about that. And that's something you need to understand as you grow your business and work beyond Emerald, the requirements to assure you hit the marks for Ruby and Diamond. But we're focusing on Emerald, okay? So we are a direct sales company. We're an MLM any way you cut it, but we are a binary compensation plan in that we have a left leg of business and we have a right leg of business. So what often gets confused with coaches that are active is that they have to be working coaches, and they don't, okay? They don't have to be working coaches, and I'm going to talk all about that here shortly. And it doesn't have to be scary. Really, it's super simple and easy to do, but we tend to get in the way of everything ourselves and overcomplicate things, right? Like, who is the queen of overcomplicating things? Like, I can do that all the time, right? I know a lot of people are like, yep, totally. So this can be done, you guys, in 24 hours. It can be done in 2 days. That's 48 hours. It can be done in 2 weeks, in 2 years. It really is all up to you, okay? So I want you guys to be confident in yourself that you can get to Emerald. So here's a visual of it. Emerald Coach is you as an active coach, meaning you've got, I always say, go for that 90 product volume points because that assures you stay active on Shakeology Home Direct or the performance line, okay? And then you're going to teach your coaches that enroll, and I'm going to talk about who those people are, to follow the same, okay? And I'm going to share some ninja tricks with you on what those people could be, okay? So let's talk about what are some of the perks of being an Emerald coach. Well, we have recognition, team cycle bonus, and Beachbody leads, which all are really, really exciting. So let's talk about that first piece, recognition. I mean, everybody loves to be recognized, right? Like, who doesn't like to hear their name or be tagged in something, whatever it is, whether it's somebody recognizes it's your birthday or you, have something celebratory and somebody recognized it, right? Everybody likes to be recognized. So in our Beachbody world, recognition happens on Thursdays because that's when ranks and commissions are posted. And this is when it gets fun, right? Seeing your name as an Emerald coach in your Coach Online office, or seeing your name recognized on the team page with a pretty picture, or your coach is bragging about you on Facebook or Instagram as growing your business as a new coach or a relatively new coach with our first rank advancement, which is a really big milestone, becoming an Emerald coach. If you guys go to our summit, which is our annual event every year, I can't tell you and stress enough, you guys, if you've never been to Summit and you're a new coach and you're like, oh, I don't think I could ever get there, get there. It is so worth it. It is an amazing experience. And when you walk in the convention center, wherever it might be, we're going back to Indianapolis in 2019, had such a great time. They were such a great host city. You get your name on a big old banner, and there's a list of all the brand new coaches that achieved that new Emerald ranking. So just seeing your name on that sign is just empowering, right? It's inspiring to keep going. So that's what we want to teach you to do, right? Team cycle bonus, another perk. What's that really mean? So as an active coach, not an Emerald, you're just working for commissions on retail sales. As people enroll with a challenge pack, or they buy Shakeology, or they buy the beach bars, or whatever it is, as an active coach with no other coaches, or even just one coach, you're just working for commissions, right? So as an active Emerald coach, and you'll hear me say active because you do have to be active if you effectively want to run your business, and I'll break down some details here. But as an active Emerald coach, you get to unlock that team cycle bonus potential, and that's by having these people underneath you, right? But as an active Emerald coach that is unlock that team cycle bonus, you are collecting volume from coaches that have been placed underneath you from either your direct sponsor or one of their coaches that happens to fall before you, and they're building their business and they just happen to be enrolling people underneath your business. I don't mean to overcomplicate it. So make sure you ask your sponsoring coach, okay, what does she mean by coaches being placed underneath me, but I don't have? When you go into your online office, which I encourage you to do often, is you might see, oh my gosh, I have 1 or 2 new coaches in my organization. And those aren't your coaches, but they could be highly beneficial to the potential of your cycle bonus, which gets really, really cool. You get to start making money. Basically, you're opening up a second stream of income, having unlocked that team cycle bonus. Okay. And in the unit section in our team page, there is a video called Why Emerald Matters. And I highly encourage you guys to watch that again if you haven't already, to understand the true potential of the team cycle bonus. I will tell you that my team cycle bonus income is about 70 to 75% of my weekly income, like versus retail sales. So I know some coaches are so hesitant to give up retail commission sales to expand and grow as an Emerald coach. But I'm telling you, on the long term, your income potential will go much more, will grow more sustainably than if you have retail, because your retail will kind of flatline, right? And just kind of peter out and then start to taper down, because those people that were retail customers, they're not continuing to tap in. The long-term staying power of them tends to go down because, you know what, they haven't been introduced to the potential of the discount option or opening it up to their friends and family and their network. And so we'll teach you all about that as you build, a sustainable business, an Emerald business, right? So just the income potential with that team cycle is huge. Beachbody leads. Let's talk about that, Gianna. Don't. Beachbody leads, okay? As an Emerald coach, when you hit Success Club each month, and so Success Club is helping 3 people every single month, they recognize you as a successful coach. They see that you actually are showing up and modeling the mission statement that Beachbody has created and that they want us to carry on, because that's why we became coaches, right? So they reward us with leads, meaning say somebody, catches the infomercial or goes on teambeachbody.com or beachbody.com and gets Beachbody on demand, or they buy a DVD, they're still kind of living in the dinosaur ages, and they get a DVD, or they get Shakeology, right? Or, sorry, I'm just going to, if you just are hopping on, if you don't mind muting yourself, just because there's a little bit of background noise, that would be so gratefully appreciated. So these people that are signing up with something don't have a coach. And so guess what? They get to be distributed to Emerald and above coaches, because Beachbody wants to align them with somebody that is going to show up and support them, because that's the longevity and the sustainability of any business. Is anyone that has a good experience with something or someone, they're going to stick around and they're going to tell their friends, right? So Beachbody doesn't want to give leads to people that are just kind of like, they're in and then they're out. They're in and then they're out, right? They want to cultivate a community that's thriving and people getting results, because obviously that's what continues to bring people into the network, because we're getting results and we're providing the solution for results, right? So those people go into a lead wheel, and Emerald and above coaches get those leads. And everybody has the same amount of a potential. You know, it's not like Emerald coaches only get one every so often, whereas Star Diamonds get more. Like, we all get the same as long as we're hitting the requirements of being personally active with our home direct order and hitting Success Club every single month, okay? And again, these leads are basically free people to talk to. They're already sold on the idea of Beachbody. They just now need kind of that connection to enhancing their experience. And that is because of you. That's where you get to come in, all right? So, let's talk about person number one. How are you going to get to Emerald? So your CBC, which is your controlled business center, person number one, is generally going to be your weak leg, okay? So who is that person? That's mom or dad, that's your sibling, that is a family member or a best friend, right? So it's basically this controlled business center, this weak leg, is going to be another business center that you get to generate an income stream from potentially. So for example, when I started as a coach, which some of you guys might not really be aware of my story, but I started in 2008. I started 10 years ago, right? I signed up my husband literally right after I became a coach. Now, that's not what I'm recommending, so bear with me because I'm going to tell you kind of timing wise. But had I not enrolled my husband right out of the gates, I would be missing out on so much income. So basically, he, as my second business center, his business is the difference between us having a six-figure business and not. So just understand that that's basically another business center you get to control, okay? So I always encourage our coaches to have a spouse, a significant other, or somebody that you can control at the top of your business center, because the potential down the road is worth it. There's a video of a woman that's enrolled her husband 7 years after she started her business. And she misses out because of the volume that is above where he is. She misses out on something like $104,000 a year. Like, what? Can you imagine missing out on that potential because you decided, I don't want to sign up my husband because I'm afraid of the expense? So bear with me because I'm going to get through it. So you're going to enroll that person number one with a challenge pack, right? So if you get Shakeology, for instance, on your main business center, you would enroll this coach to get your spouse, let's say, for example, you would enroll them with the performance line. So then you get your Recover and your Energize. Or you get a 3-day refresh challenge pack enrolled with that. Always enroll them with a challenge pack. And here's why. Because you do get that 90 product volume points, right? You can earn 2 Success Club points when you enroll with the challenge pack. And you get the $50 bonus commission if, for instance, it's an all access challenge pack. It's a $160 challenge pack. You get $50 and you get the volume. Okay. And remember, I'm going to talk about timing on when to enroll that spouse. So just bear with me. All right. But it becomes worth it. Plus it's a write-off, right? If it's within your household, it's a spouse, it's a write-off, right? If it is a parent, you still can control it if they're willing to allow you to generate business through it and just talk about the benefits to them. All right. And I'm going to speak to potentially another family member for person number two. But if you continue to rinse and repeat hitting these Success Club numbers with this solution, right, every month for the first 3 months of your business, if you're a new coach, you get a free ticket to Summit, right? And it's kind of a sweet deal getting that first ticket to Summit. And the income from having that secondary business center, say, your business center and a spouse or someone that lives in your household, it's a game changer. It is a huge game changer for my family. And I have 4 kids. So you can imagine if I was kicking myself saying, wow, I'm missing out on $104,000 a year. Like, what? That's not my story. But I'm just saying the potential. Okay. And you never know, the family member might actually need or want Shakeology. My entire family drinks Shakeology. So I run an order of Shakeology, like, let's face it, a couple orders through his business, including pumpkin spice, or bars. I mean, we're always ordering stuff. So I'm getting the volume and he's generating income as well. Okay. So let's talk about person number 2. All right. This is your discount coach or your dirt list. And this is generally going to be your strong leg. Your coach that enrolled you, your sponsoring coach, is helping you build your strong leg, likely, okay? And your strong leg and weak leg might flip depending on who you place where. And if you have questions on placement, make sure you ask your sponsor and say, hey, tell me more, break it down for me. Where do I need to place it? But I'm going to give you a suggestion on placement, okay? So your dirt list is the person that loves you the most, like would literally buy dirt from you, right? You could sell them on a brown paper bag. So who would this person be? It could still be a family member. It could be mom or dad. It could be your best friend. It could be an aunt or uncle. It could be a coworker. Basically, somebody that would be willing to do most anything for you to help you, or is game to basically go on any adventure with you, right? So if you already have that family member, that spouse that is your number one, which I always suggest, put your spouse first, or have your spouse be an option as your coach. Don't do them first, but just listen. Then that other family member could be there as a support and that discount piece. But it might also be somebody that's like, hey, I want to run this business with you. That'd be so rad. Let's do it together, right? So it doesn't have to be a discount, but I don't want you to approach being an Emerald coach as needing to find somebody that is as hungry as you are to build a thriving, sustainable business. But this discount coach, this second coach, you're explaining to them the opportunity that they could, hey, you know what, you might actually like Shakeology. And if I could get it to you in your hands for half the price with the challenge pack, going forward, you get 25% off, which goes from $140 retail to $100 as a discount coach. So sharing with them the advantage of being a discount coach could be basically that's all they need to know, right? And boom, there you've got your two active coaches. Right? So don't prejudge anyone. All right. Don't assume your best friend's going to tell you no. Don't assume your mom or dad might not need Shakeology. Give them the opportunity. And if you know, you have aging parents or whatever, just be honest with them and say, hey, look, I need to jumpstart my business. It would mean the world to me if you could support me. You don't have to do anything. I will manage it. But if you could just help me enroll, be a discount coach until I can replace you with somebody that wants to build this business with me, I would really, really appreciate it. I would be so grateful. Or maybe you'll gift them the Shakeology or something, right? So there is a number of ways to get creative on who that coach is. Okay, so I promised you timing, right? When you enroll and have these two coaches, I would encourage you, enroll your discount coach first. That is not somebody in your household. So maybe it's mom or dad that'll allow you to use their credit card and their social security number. Maybe it's your best friend that is up for any adventure and will do this with you. Maybe it's a fellow group fitness instructor that you have, or your brother or sister, whatever, right? Get them enrolled, and then you enroll your spouse. You still are placing your spouse on that weak business center, right? On that controlled business center that you, again, is your second income opportunity in your household. That second person is going to be the discount coach that is on your strong leg, that maybe won't necessarily build it, but you're placing them there because now you have a placeholder for two active coaches to get yourself to Emerald, right? So the reason why I suggest enrolling your spouse second, because you don't want to enroll your spouse, think you have somebody queued up to be that second coach to bump you to Emerald, only to have them, disregard, not follow through, and then you have yourself and your spouse and you're paying for two business centers and you don't even get to collect on Team Cycle bonus potentials or that. I hope that makes sense in breaking it down. If it doesn't, please reach out if I'm your direct sponsor or upline, but just ask your sponsor saying, okay, what does she mean by all of that? But it will make sense because we want to make sure that it's beneficial to you to immediately bump into Emerald. Come Thursday, if you hit Emerald by Wednesday, you get recognized as an Emerald coach immediately in your coach online office, in your team page, on your coach's social feeds. Everybody's super excited. Not to mention it's super empowering to you wanting to continue to power forward and get your business rolling. And I always encourage, you want to rinse and repeat, right? You want to rinse and repeat Emerald every single month. Find those two people that you can really cultivate the experience and the potential of this business with. All right. So lastly, I have an assignment for you. Okay. And I know there's a couple comments, so I will make sure to address those. But your assignment, I want you to comment on this thread, okay, in your team page, or I want you to go to your sponsoring coach and I want you to say, here is who is my controlled business center coach. Here is the first person. And then here is my Dirtless coach. Here is my discount coach. I want you to email me if I'm your sponsoring coach, or you're going to go message your sponsoring coach and tell them that same thing. That's going to keep you accountable to the idea that you are taking this information and you're running with it, right? Don't prejudge, you guys. I can't emphasize that enough. You are in control. Just leave it, please. You are in control of the destiny of your business. You are the CEO of your business. You get to decide, is this business going to grow in 24 hours? Are you going to let it sit because you're afraid to talk to somebody about it and it sits for 2 weeks and then it just kind of keeps sitting? Are you going to allow your past emerald status to paralyze you and not regain it? Like, don't do that to yourself. There's so much potential with this business. So it's up to you to be that person. Because here's what I tell my coaches all the time. If you don't invite your friend, if you don't share it with your coworker or your neighborhood mom friends or whatever that person might be, somebody else will. Because we're everywhere. People are following other coaches. Maybe they don't know that they're coaches, but following people for inspiration, ideas on workouts. They might have 21 Day Fix as a DVD and don't know it, that you're connected as a coach until you tell them and you invite them along the journey. So don't prejudge everybody, because you don't want to see that person that you wish you would have said be a rock star on team XYZ and they're recognized as a diamond coach, as a 2-star diamond coach, as a 5-star diamond coach. And you're like, oh my God, why didn't I say anything? Okay. So that's what I had for you guys. I really hope this was helpful for you in order to break it down and give you guys all the nitty-gritty details that you need. I'm going to make sure. Yes. So, yeah, Missy said I had my husband sign up as my second person. Hope that's okay. Yes, absolutely. As long as you have somebody queued up or enrolled, and then you turn around and you enroll your spouse, boom, you're emerald. You know, you want to make sure that spouse is kind of the deal closer, right? But they're the first person that you think is going to be that second coach. So I hope that breaks it down for you guys. Easy enough. Don't overcomplicate it. Just get out there, go get yourself emerald, teach your team and your new coaches how to do the same. And then just watch as your business starts to grow and blossom and you just really have fun with it. So you guys were awesome. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to have this recording available for all you guys so you can go back and listen and teach your team the very same tools that you guys have now. All right. Bye, you guys.